So in last video we did use collapse node to organize all of this code, right? And now I'm going to show you how you can use macros to, for example, organize this code for walking and running. In walking and running, what we did, we just changed the max walk speed, right? So now let me show you how you can use macros to do same thing. First option is just selecting it like this. Right click on one of them and tell it to collapse to macro, okay? And now you can see again, it's not doing a great job for us. If you double click on it, you can see it didn't do a great job for us. So we should create our macro ourselves. So let's just use Ctrl Z to bring it back. And what I want to do in here, in macros, I want to click on this plus and change the name of this to change walk and run, okay? I want to change the name to change walk and run, or whatever you want to call it. Like collapse node, we can have some inputs and output, okay? And you can see if I click on one of them, I can add some input and output. So let's just see what we need. First of all, we need two execution pin, one for when the max walk speed is 400 and one for when max walk speed is 180. So we need two execution pin. So in input, let's just add two of them. And for the first, I want to call it change to run. For the next, I want to change it. I want to change the name to change to walk a speed. Okay, let's just add the speed in here as well, so it will be self-explanatory. And you can see when I change the name like this, it will add some space between them, so it is cool. Now with that, we have two execution pin, one for changing the max walk speed to run and one of them for the walk. So let's just again go to the event graph, and what I want to do, I want to grab these nodes, Control X to cut them, and go to our macro in here and paste it in here, right? So when this execution pin happen, change to run speed, we want to change the max walk speed to 400. And when this change to walk speed happened, we want to change the max walk speed to 180, right? So now with that, let's just compile. And in here, instead of using all of those nodes, we can just grab this macro and put it here, okay? Now with this macro, we can grab from here to here and from here to here, right? What else we can do? We can go here and expose these two max walk speed 180 and 400, expose it in input so we can change it whenever we want. One way to do it is just clicking on this input and add two other input of type of float, because this max walk speed is type of float. So let's just change both of them to float. This one is for run speed and this one is for walk speed, okay? Now we have two inputs that we can use them in here. Run speed for the max walk speed for when we want to run, and one of them is for walk speed. Now if we compile and go to event graph, we have run speed and walk speed, and we can change those value in here. For example, for run speed it should be 400 and for walk speed it should be 180, right? So now if we compile and run our game, you can see we can walk and we can run. It works exactly like before, but it's more organized, it's more easy to read. There are some break node in here that we can just select them like this from bottom to top. We can select them, hit delete, and we can delete it. Now we know that with change walk and run macro, we can change the run speed and walk speed. So let's just bring this down a little bit. So now we know all about the macros, and these macros, if you double click on it again, it can have some output as well. I always like adding a output of type of execution pin and call it exec. Maybe we want to do something after we are running or after we are walking, and this one I want to call it exec run, and I want to add another one for exec for execution walk. Okay, and now we have two execution pin on output, and we can connect these two execution pin to here. This is for walk and this is for run, right? So now if we compile again and go to event graph, we have two execution pin. One will happen when we are at the run state, and one will happen when we on walk state, right? Everything should work fine. So again, let's just run our game, hold shift, and now you can see we can walk and we can run. So now we know how we can use macros to organize our codes. In next video, let me show you how we can use function to organize our code.